Cool. Who's first? We got how many first years? 4 or 5? Okay, cool. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna make this kind of a quick meeting. And I just want to hit on a few different things. I want to hit on the pitch. The pitch is one of the bigger things that we should all be focusing on right now. I mean, naturally, as we start talking to people on the doors, we're going to be figuring out the metaverbal and our body language and how we're going to be standing and such. But the biggest thing right now that we should all be focusing on for the first years is our opening pitch, right? The very first thing that we say to somehow get the attention of the customer, of the buyer. So what I want to do is I'll go ahead and do a pitch that I would normally do, and I'm actually going to try to use the pitch that we have here, because this is what we really want all of the first years to memorize. Just figure that out, and as soon as you get comfortable with that, then it's okay to start adjusting to where you think you need to adjust. But some of us will go out with some of the reps, and we'll be knocking with them, and they'll start talking to someone after they knock the door, and it don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense what they're saying. And so we'll let them choke through it. We'll time out in between doors, and I'll write this pitch down for them and say, just stick to this. Don't say anything about anything else. Don't ask weird questions. Just stick to this pitch. And they'll knock another door, and it's just they start getting a certain pitch in their memory. So focus on this pitch, master this pitch. When you get comfortable with it, then branch off. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll do a pitch, and I'll do a sell kind of from start to finish. I'll stop. I'll probably say things that I like to do, things that'll help you. But the number one thing, I can't express it enough, focus on that pitch. Get that pitch down, because as soon as you get that down, you'll be able to feel like you can advance from one part of the cell to another, to the other. Does that make sense? Instead of feeling like you get stuck, right? So I'll do it. Customer. Yeah.
Oh, he can totally get by as a Punjabi.
Oh, for sure.
This is the unemployed.
Hey, can you let Jeremy in? He just called. Okay.
So, if you guys have any questions, I don't mind you guys stopping me either. Josh, you seriously do that, or yeah. So, what I like too about a lot of these offices that we have is for management, there's a lot of different personalities. So it's kind of nice for you as the rep or you as the salesman to kind of find like a manager that you think that you can that fits your personality the best, right? My approach to it is I like to play, not like ignorant, but I like to play like I really don't know what's going on, but I'm 100% control of everything. That's how I kind of like to do it. Like, I'll say things kind of like nonchalantly, and they don't really know it, but I'm in 100% control. I got control of the entire situation. So my style is different than Joe's. Joe's is different from Logan's. Tyler's different than Luke's. So take what you can. That's another big thing is when you hear a lot of these people doing role plays, or when you go out with managers, if you go out with other experienced reps on the doors, don't try to be them. Don't try to be them as far as personality. Do what feels comfortable for you guys. I took my brother out, and we're different. We have different personalities. And for like the longest time, he was trying to mimic how I sold. It didn't work for him. Finally, he started, using his own personality and selling how he would sell, and it clicked. He figured it out. So bits and pieces are good, but does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So kind of focus. Some of the things I want you guys to focus on are those normal things that we talk about. My body language, metaverbal, communication, all these kind of little tabs that we've talked about prior. Focus on like the little things. I like to move my hands a lot. I like to move around a lot because it keeps them engaged. I want this pest control service to appear much bigger than it really is, right? When I knock on their door, I want Mr. Marr, Salazar, or I don't know, I like that better. It sounds good.
Hates my last name.
So, but you're not, in real life, you're not a real customer, though.
Okay.
So, we'll just pretend everything. Okay. What was I going to say? Where was I going with that? What's that?
Use your hands.
Oh, yeah, okay. I want him, we need to knock on the door with the idea that he only thinks pest control is worth a can of $20 crap that he can get from Lowe's, okay? When I knock on everyone's door, that's what I imagine. I know that he only thinks pest control is worth 20 bucks because he can go right on down to Lowe's and everyone's buying it, and they say, you know, it says, because he's seen the commercials, that this stuff works, right? I need to leave his house with him knowing that pest control is worth anywhere from $450 to $500 for a year, okay? So that's what I got to do. So I got to make this look much bigger than just putting some bug spray out on the outside. So that's why I like to move around, explain things, and just making it much bigger than it is, okay? So that being said, I'll go ahead and give you my pitch, and I'll try to keep my pitch exactly to how that is. Knock, knock, knock.
Hey, what's up?
Hey there, sorry to bother you. I'm sure you're really busy.
Oh, it's alright.
Okay. Just really quick, my name's Josh. I'm with Insight Pest Solutions. Sure you've seen some of our trucks here in the area?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we've been super busy at the branch. We've been getting a lot of phone calls about those tiny little ants, a few of the bees, and those wasps, the normal little spiders and stuff that get active around this time of year. Tell you what I'm doing. I'm actually the route manager. And if you guys can be flexible while we're out here, we're doing an indoor-outdoor service at a little less than half off. It's real cheap.
Okay. How much is half off?
That's a good question. And this is kind of like when I make my transition into, when I walked up on his door, I was looking around and I found my ammo. What is my ammo? It's bugs. Every single house, 92% of all the homes that you guys go and knock on, you're gonna see something. I promise you. Whether it's an old hornet's nest, an old wasp nest, a couple ants, a beetle that happens to you. I've seen like a beetle or a spider, and it's the only thing I've seen, and it's on like the step, and I'm just kind of like, I'm kicking it around with my shoe, making sure that he's like in sight for when the customer gets there. And I'm just like waiting for him. Oh, good, awesome. And I'm just waiting. That's my ammo. So when I came here, when I knocked on his door, I saw my big money makers. I saw two ants right there. They're right there on the crack of his house. Okay, they're trying to make entrance. They're trying to get up on in the house. Okay, and then there was an old wasp nest. That's what I've seen. So he asked me real cheap. I'm not going to tell him the price right now because I need to build this up. Because right now, pest control is worth 20 bucks to him. Okay, so it's real cheap.
How much is it?
Oh, that's a great question. Do you guys know your neighbors right down the street, the Johnsons? They live 2 doors down.
Is this with the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know my little dog?
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Is it?
I want to run it over.
It's a little dog. I'm more of a fan of big dogs, but anyways. Kind of answer your question, we're doing a little less than half off of what it normally is. You guys have a handful of bathrooms here. They have 3 bathrooms over at your
I
house.
think we have 2.5.
Okay, it's a super random question, I know. We kind of put that stuff into consideration. Oh wow, you see these little ants right here?
Yeah,
This is
they come right over here. It's not a big
right.
deal.
It's right. It's not a big deal, but that's actually one of the things that we're going to be taking care of for them.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, have you seen these creep inside the bathrooms or kitchens? Maybe a few here or there, not a big deal, no infestation. But have you seen a few creep inside?
I think my wife's talked about it a little bit. Yeah, not that many.
Okay, but you have seen a few on the inside.
Yeah.
Is she here right now?
No, she's not. She
Okay.
has to go pick up the kids.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and focus on this because this is where the ants are. But what we're going to be doing for your neighbors just right down the street, we're going to be out here tomorrow treating them. So I'll go ahead and pause it right there. When you're selling, people in a lot of first years, I keep saying first years because this is a lot of hang-ups in the first year, is you'll get to a point in the sale where it doesn't feel like anything's escalating, right? Or you'll get to a certain point, you're like, oh man, they keep, you'll talk to your managers later on, you're like, Josh or Joe, Logan, Luke, whoever, I feel like I'm getting stuck. Why? Why do you feel like you're getting stuck? I feel like they want to do it, but I can never nail them down to do it. They always say that they want to do it, like come back or give me a card, come back in a week or come back when my wife's home. The reason why is there's not enough urgency. There's not enough urgency to get them to do it right now. So whenever I'm talking to them, I'm always telling them, look, we can do it cheap today or tomorrow if you do this with us. Your neighbors that we're treating tomorrow when we're out here tomorrow is letting him know, look, to get that discount, you got to do it now. Right now. Okay? So urgency. What we're going to be doing for your neighbors tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and do the exact same thing for you. What these little ants are doing right now is they're trying to make way on the inside of your house. It's kind of creepy, but underneath there's little tiny gaps. They're weep holes so that the house can breathe. You stick your hands under here, you can feel. They try to make their way inside, and that's why you're probably seeing them on the inside. That's why your wife's probably seeing them. Probably in the kitchen then.
Yeah.
Okay.
These kids keep up.
Yeah, that's normal. So what we do is we put a barrier on all the way around your house. We have a safe product that's safe for children and pets.
Okay.
We're gonna go 3 feet up on your home, 3 feet out, all the way around the property. Now, what that's gonna do is it's gonna actually protect the integrity of your home. Okay, we wanna protect your house to keep these things from getting inside. And I kind of break it down to them. Do it really quick, but I break down the product, how it works. And it's kind of nerdy, but how it works is these tiny little ants, they crawl through our safe product, gets on their hair follicles, and they take it back to their colonies, right? Whether they're outside or inside your wall voids, okay? And they start walking on their brothers and sisters, and it slowly takes out the colony. That's what we want to do, is take out the source. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So we really want to focus all the way around your house. Okay. Do you guys actually water your grass right here?
Yeah, we have a sprinkler system.
Looks really good. Did you guys put these hedges in?
I think my wife did. I don't know.
Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. We actually want to do like a second stage of protection that we'd like to do, where you just put a granular around this. And this, we don't charge extra for this, but what it is we bring this out about 5 to 10 feet. It's a dry product. We want to go all the way around your house. And the reason why I asked you if you watered it is when we put this product down, it's activated by water. So you guys know that we probably, we get rain every once in a while. It's still the beginning of the summer. It's good because when it rains, it's putting more product on the outside. And this is all child and pet friendly, so you don't have anything to worry about.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So you said that you've seen a few of those ants on the inside. Where like in the kitchen, just like the tiny little ants?
Yeah, there's little sugar ants. I think they're just in the kitchen. The kids, we got food and stuff on the table.
If they're tiny ones.
Yeah.
Because what we want to do for you then, how many bathrooms do you guys have here?
It's 2.5.
You have the 2.5 baths. They have 3. Okay, so you have the 2.5.
Yeah.
Is tree underneath your sinks. Remember how I said that these bugs kind of like creep underneath your house? You know where the sinks are and the pipe goes underneath into the walls?
Yeah.
There's a little flange there. You know what I'm talking about, the pipe that goes in the wall?
Yeah, the little J pipe thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's it's always a square that they put that pipe in and they cover it up. So we move that out. We put a safe product in there. You want to do it in your bathrooms and kitchens. That's going to start addressing those bugs that are actually in your wall voids. It's normal. Around this time of year, they start coming out because they're looking for a little bit more food and moisture. They've been in there in the wintertime, so we really want to address those.
Yeah. And so, how much was this again?
So you guys have the 3 bedrooms. What we're doing is, I feel like right now there's like enough, there's enough value built in this, right? To where I can sting them with the price and let them know. So I'm just gonna do it. Actually, if you guys were to call us up in this area for a home your size, we charge anywhere from $195 to $235. Like I said, if you can do it when we're doing the Andersons right down the road, we can take that down to just $125. That's it. What we like to do is we like to come out about every 100 days thereafter to reapply the product because again, it's safe. It's eventually going to break down to the elements. What's great is I'm going to keep you at that discounted rate of just $125. The best part is anytime in between those seasonal services, if you guys see anything, if you guys see any more of these ants, if you get any of those spiders that everyone in the neighborhood gets in the basement in the wintertime, you see anything like that, even rodents, you call us up and we'll come out and treat you guys for free. So we guarantee our work.
Okay.
Tell you what, one other thing that I'll have my technician do for you, and I'll put this in here that we do it every single time. You see that wasp nest up there?
Yeah.
Is that active right now, or?
Yeah, I know what I've never even seen that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal that you'll get those. What we're going to go ahead and do is I'll have my technician wipe that down for you. Okay. And then same thing, those little webs up there that you have.
Yeah, I can approve it.
Right. Well, I'll have my guy do that. So each season that we come out here to treat you guys, I'll just make sure that we add that on. What we do is we have this broom head that stretches out about 20 feet. It has like a rounded broom head at the end, like a pom-pom. We put a product on it to dust. We'll go ahead and just sweep that off, clean that off really nice for you guys, and put a product on there that's going to eliminate some of the pheromones that those annoying wasps are on there.
Okay.
That makes sense. We'll go all the way around your house.
The entire house?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what time is good for you guys tomorrow? We're taking care of them between like 1 and 3. What time's good for you guys? More in the morning or like afternoon, right after we do that?
My wife's usually here in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys like at 9 to 12? Is that better for you guys then?
Yeah, I think that would be better.
Okay. Cool. If you just want to go ahead and fill out this part right here, I'll go ahead and reserve that spot for you.
Okay. Maybe I might need to talk to my wife. Is that okay?
Tell you what, let's go ahead and do this. You clearly want to do it. She mentioned something about the ants a little earlier, right? Let's do this. I feel comfortable with this if you do. Let's get you on the route right now. Let's reserve that spot for you between 9 and 12. And if she comes home and she's totally irritated, I'll give you my personal cell number. You call me and I'll take you off that. Let's go ahead and go forward with it.
Okay.
You feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, great. Let me go ahead and reserve that spot for you.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Questions? Any questions?
What if you just, he's pretty open because he's doing role play. What if the guy's trying to chase you away? How would you handle that?
If he was trying to what?
Like chase you away with like giving you denials.
I think it's control. Like you'll get to the point to where you feel like you can control the situation more, right? I'm not a professional by any means, but I feel now that I can control the situation to where a guy's just not going to be just like shooing me off his door. I'll be able to find out with this pitch. What I like this pitch so much is you'll be able to tell them what's going on, see where their interest level is, give them another jab, see where their interest level is, and if they're not feeling it, I'm bouncing, right? Because there's no trophy at the end of the day for me just boxing this dude down and nothing's coming from it. Does that make sense? So with the pitch that we have in this manual that you sting them with, you can gauge their interest, right? How much they're interested. If they say how much they have bugs, now it's our job to massage these guys into buying it, right? So if I give them my pitch and they're just like, no, kid, get out of here. Look, real quick, we're taking care of your neighbors. If you can do this, I can get you guys on the route. It's less than half. No, like I said, I'm walking through their yard before they can even tell me no the second time. I work pretty quick. I want this to be a quick process for me. I'm going to sting them. a couple times, and if they're not feeling it, I'm leaving. So at that point with him, with this customer, with the pitch that I gave him, he was feeling it. He was feeling it, and he told me that he had bugs in there. So if they have bugs, man, they want to buy the service. We just got to make it worth anywhere from $450 to $500 for them. Does that make sense? Does it? Okay, Tim.
A lot of times in our initial pitch, when we say like we're getting done for real cheap and we stop, they ask how much. A lot of times we just go to the how many bathrooms do you have, and we go and talk about the interior service. What do you like to do to kind of switch it up to build up the value before talking about price or bathrooms?
One of the things that we did in New Jersey last year is it felt like we said the pitch and there was like downtime. And it was like time for them to shoo us off. So what we kind of adjusted to that is we would say the pitch and then kind of go right on into it, right? For example, how's it going? Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy. Josh with Insight. I'm sure you've seen some of the trucks in the area. Oh, you have? Perfect. We're really busy. We're getting a lot of calls about the ants, spiders, a few of the wasps. You guys can work with us while we're out here. We can do it real cheap. It's less than half off of what it normally is. We're actually taking care of some of the neighbors for this right here, these little tiny ants. That's kind of like a way that I dodge it without start talking about without explaining about bathrooms and how many of this and that do you have. I like it to flow into that, right? I like to give my pitch a little bit more before I start talking about bathrooms and bedrooms and stuff.
For sure.
So you guys can take it both approaches, right? You can wait for them to tell you what they're thinking, or you can go right onto the service. That's why each time you walk up into someone's house, you're always looking for your ammo. Ants, the spiders, wasps.